Hey guys, it's Saf here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and I'm here to talk about the new Deck of Fate events. We've seen these events, I think this is like the fourth Deck of Fates we've had. The concept is pretty straightforward. You earn these flip cards, the coins, whatever you want to call them, from doing the events. In this particular one, it is getting artifacts and upgrading artifacts. We can see the point tables down here. This is basically artifact enhancement and dungeon divers. Once you have 1,000, you can flip a card and you have 40 in total. And each card has 3 rarities. It has a common, a rare, or an epic. Now, if you flip 3 of the same color in a row, then you get a bonus reward scaled to the rarity. So obviously we know the epic is really good. You can see all this information in here. So for example, if you spin 3 purples, then you can get premium rewards here, the legendary books, the sacred shards. Although I would say, 500 gems is good. I wouldn't say the barrel is really worth, and I wouldn't say the 5-star chicken is that worth, but then again, a 5-star chicken is a lot of energy. Certainly the tier 3 Eternal Soul Sacred Shard legendary book and the gems are probably more valuable. Down on the sort of the rare looks, we got void shards, we got 200 gems, we've also got mysteries here. So the goal is you want to get 3 in a row, but obviously that's RNG. Now, if you just want to flip all of the cards, then they give you a pool of rewards here. So you'll get these if you flip all of the cards. They're hidden behind different rarities, like the epic book is probably hidden behind the rare and stuff like that. There's a total of 17 common, 13 rare, and 10 epics. That is how the system works. It's pretty straightforward. Now, the criticisms I have of this event is I would prefer this not to be in a row, right? If you basically pull epic, epic, blue, you lose epics. It starts again. Now, I get that's the whole point of the event. It's meant to be RNG, but still, it would be better if I invest all of them, then I can get 3 of these rows. If you have to tone down the rewards so it's only void shards or something, that's fine. But at least then I know I'm going to get at least 3 attempts at this epic sort of chest. Whereas right now I could basically, some people can walk into this, get absolutely lucky, get 3 of the epics and walk away with 3 sacred shards. Yet someone can walk in and not get any of the epics and walk away with nothing. And that's what I don't like about the event. What I normally like about the event is these rewards usually are quite good. But in this particular event, it's not so good. I actually have screenshots of the last event because I do a video on these Deck of Fates every single time. And I look at them. And the last video that I did, I got the rewards out of there. The last one we got replaced the champion chase. Now, a lot of people were saying, you need to compare it against Summon Rush because it was summoning shards and it was all about sacred shards. But actually, it turned out that you got better rewards if you flipped them all than if you were doing the champion chase. So we can see here, these are the rewards we were getting. We got 2 legendary books. We got some tier 1 stones, tier 2 stones, a lot of coin here for the Summer Rush, 275 gems. These were good rewards. These were the base rewards, not the bonus rewards. These were just what you got if you flipped all of the cards. But now if we look at what we're getting in game, you can see it's actually significantly worse. The actual rewards here are significantly worse. There's no legendary books. The gems we're getting is about half. I can't really see how many mortal coins you get because it's off the screen. A bit of bad UI. Normally it should be a number. They probably need to fix that, Plarium. We're getting about 100 immortal soul coins, which is about, it's a 25% of what we were getting on the other one. Yeah, there's a speed glyph, whatever. But the base rewards are bad. Now, the other thing I want to point out is they've actually reduced the amount of points you get from upgrading artifacts. This used to be 800. This 6-star to 16 used to be 800. So you actually have to do a lot more silver. We'll do a comparison in the Excel part of this video where I actually break down how much it's going to cost you to do this to show you the big difference. And it's actually significant. But they have increased the dungeon divers. So you'll need more silver, but you will probably need less energy. That's kind of the way it works. Not by much, though. It's heavier on the silver than it is on the returning of the dungeon divers, if that makes sense. They haven't given you enough as a direct substitution. So we've got an adjustment with the points. We've got poor rewards here, I would say. Like an epic book is probably the best. Basically, two tier 1 soul stones and an epic book and 150 gems is the best thing out of this reward. There's no energy. There is no energy in this one. Like last time, there was 400 energy. I'm not really sure why. Now, the only thing I can assume is because there's a clan versus clan happening tomorrow, they had just assumed you're going to do this automatically. And to some extent, you will. You're going to probably automatically complete this event without even thinking. I'll show you why when we look at the math analysis, because of just the activities you're doing in this Deck of Fate is something that rewards you generally quite well in clan versus clan. So let's have a look at the math. Let's break down whether or not this Deck of Fate is worth it. We've already kind of suggested that it's not because of the rewards being so bad. If you do manage to get 3 epics, of course, well, you might decide that, you know, the amount of silver you spend, you get 2, you walk away with a Sacred Shard is pretty good. But I never really assess the quality of this event based on these rewards because you can't guarantee you're going to get them. I base it on the quality of these. This is what I'm assessing it on. How good is this reward for the investment that we're going to spend on it? So the first thing I want to do here is just quickly look at the Deck of Fates that happened in October last year, the Halloween Deck of Fates. We've got some pumpkins for that one. We can see that actually we used to get 800, 150, 23 and 7, 650, 94, 12 and 5. Those were the point break points before. Now we're getting 610 for that 6-star 16 and about 485. So it's quite a lot. It's a good 30% reduction in sort of the amount of points you get. It's a really big chunk of points. So you're not going to get as much for artifact enhancement. But I do want to show the dungeon divers here. We can see that the 6-star legendary, obviously at this point mythical gear wasn't out. The 6-star legendary is going to give us 55. But in the game, we were actually getting 57. So we've gained about 2 points. So we've lost more artifact enhancement points, but we've gained a little bit back in dungeon divers to kind of offset it. So it's not exactly 1-to-1. But what I've done here is I've kind of updated this now into the 2023 version. We can see that we've got the new numbers in here. The silver upgrading costs have remained the same as they always have, as is the artifact enhancement event. And we've plugged in the new dungeon diver points here, so we can basically get the 57. It looks like you get the same amount of points for a 5-star legend, 5-star mythical as you do a 6-star legendary. So we've pulled out the odds here of getting each individual type of artifact, so we can basically make sure that we're getting all of the right sort of point break points, translate that into the average coin and the average coin per energy for each individual stage. As usual, stage 20 tends to be the best. It's the same thing with Hero's Path. Stage 20 is always the best, although 10 hard is not so bad. You obviously get more coin per run, but when you work out the extra energy it requires for you to run that, then it kind of works back that stage 20 just ends up being better. So how does this actually compare? Well, if we look at the upgrading, we need 40,000 coins in total because there's 40 cards. Each card costs 1,000. Pretty straightforward. So if you want to complete the entire event, it's going to cost you somewhere in the region of 95 to 90 million silver. Now, this is an increase of about 21 million silver from the old points. The old points used to basically give you 68 million silver. This is going to give you 90 million. So like we were talking about in the silver video, if you haven't caught that video, I did a bit of an analysis on the fusion artifact enhancement costs increasing by about 30%. We've got a similar inflation point here. They've decided that artifact enhancement models were 30% too cheap, and they've increased them all as of last year. So we've got to spend 30% more silver to get this done. Now, in terms of dungeon divers, we're still looking at around about, I'm only going to look at stage 10 because this is during clan versus clan. So most people will be running stage 10 hard. You're looking at around about 1,000 Spider 10 runs to complete it. It's about 20,000 energy. Now, the good news is you could probably mix and match, right? This is either all dungeon divers or all artifact enhancement. You could probably run something like 300 spiders and then probably spend like 50 million silver. But it is still more than I would like to spend considering how bad the rewards are. You know, this is not like you're spending, 1,000 dungeon divers runs to get that legendary book or a tier 2 immortal soulstone. You're basically spending it to get a chance at one of those. And the chance is pretty low. Like you can see here, like what are the odds of me getting a triple flip epic? Well, it's 1.56% chance. You've got basically a 1.5% chance you're going to be able to get one of those epic chests, or a 3% chance you're going to get a rare, or a 7.6% chance that you're going to get a common flip. So these odds, that's why I never really assumed that you're going to get one of those triple rolls in this assessment, because they're just too low. So really we've got to look at what are we getting for an investment of either 90 million silver or 20,000 energy or some sort of combination of them. We're basically getting an epic book and a couple of gems, because I'll be honest, 5-star Chaos Ore is worthless. I can get a 5-star glyph by spending no energy. 40 multi-battles is nothing. You're going to give me 5 force brews, nothing. A 3-star chicken I can make in 2 minutes. A couple of rarity charms, I get more just by buying them from the 3v3 bazaar or on a daily basis than I'll get from this event. 2 tier stones is basically 2 days of Iron Twins, or 1 week of Hydra, which doesn't cost me any energy, and 100 multi-battles there. I don't really care for the rare book. 100 Eternal Soul coins are good, I guess. A rank 4 chicken, again, I can make it in like 5 minutes. It's not a problem. What you're giving me for 90 million silver or 20,000 energy is an epic book and a couple of gems. It's not good enough. These rewards are really bad. So what I would say to people, don't bother trying to complete Deck of Fates. You might complete some of it along the way by just doing your clan versus clan activities, which is Spider and sort of upgrading artifacts. So you'll probably get there. But I would say to Plarium, this is a step backwards from the last event, which was actually very good. I thought the last Deck of Fates was a very good event as a replacement for the Champion Chase model. This one is almost forgettable. It's that bad because you cannot trust that you're going to get any of these rewards. Now, what I would say is if you're working on, look at there, mini mix packs have now got prism crystals. We got this. It's a new currency. It's a new currency to spend. What I would suggest people do is you complete this turn-based attack if you can. If you can do Spider 10 hard in a reasonable fast amount of time, you can get this done in quite a short amount of energy, and you will get yourself a free summon. It's worth doing. You also get like this. This reward is basically the same as the entire Deck of Fates. And do you know how much energy this is going to cost for a normal, well-tuned Spider 10 hard team, which you can do in 6 turns without that many big OP champions? 1600 energy. So the Deck of Fates is going to give you an epic book and some gems in 20,000 energy. This is going to give me an epic book, a chance at probably some more gems and the coins and everything else, and a free summon for 1600 energy. It's not comparable. So focus on the Spider turn-based attack. Focus on winning the clan versus clan. Remember, if you've got your Gnut fusion, you need to fuse it tomorrow for your 30,000 points. And don't hate the prism system either, because actually, you know, as you saw in my video earlier, it's actually quite good. It's not a bad system. Is it perfect? No. Is it the best system in the world? No. But is it better than what we've got? Yes. It's an improvement. So there you go, guys. Deck of Fates. Probably very disappointed for the average person. I will see how many I get. I'm not going to focus on it. Now, I'm sure some people will get a triple roll. So if you manage to get a triple roll out of it and you get a really, really good reward, let me know in the comments below, as always. But yeah, my plea would be back to Plarium. Can we make sure these Deck of Fate rewards are actually comparable in terms of the cost you want us to spend on it? Because if you expect us to run this event, try and get the triple rewards, 1.5% chance at a triple roll epic is not worth it. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next video.